So if you've seen the channel lately, you know I've become a big fan of GMRS radios for preppers. GMRS meaning General Mobile Radio Service. Very simple to get a license. Your whole family can use the license. There's no studying. You just pay a fee. Today we're taking a look at two radios on an amazing deal. Okay? Two GMRS radios from Baofeng that are super simple to use. These are the UV5Gs. Let's check them out. Alright folks, welcome back. So, don't mind my voice. Again, when I get over a cold, for some reason, for like 2 days, I get this scratchy kind of voice. But hey, I'm feeling a whole lot better. Even my arm is feeling a little better too. I think I messed up my rotator cuff a little bit when I fell on it. Anyway, I am doing much better, and I just wanted to take a minute to thank all you guys, being that it's the last day of the year. Thank all of my viewers for hanging out with me, watching the channel, making it so successful. Without you guys, we don't have a channel. I mean, it'd be kind of silly for me to come out here and do videos and then sit at home watch them myself. So you guys are the audience. I really do appreciate. We've done a lot of cool stuff this year. I have a lot of cool stuff planned into next year. We're going to be going to CES this year. We're also going to be going to the SHOT Show. CES is going to be a lot of the solar generator power station type companies that I'm going to be covering. Maybe some e-bike companies as well. And SHOT Show, well, heck, what can't you cover at the SHOT Show? So we have a lot of cool stuff planned for the new year, and I just want to take a moment to say thank you on New Year's Eve for all of your viewership and all of the stuff you've done and helped make the channel grow, and really do appreciate it. Anyway, let's get into these radios. Now, why do I like GMRS radios for preppers? Well, there's a lot of preppers out there that could be super serious about prepping, but they have no desire to sit and study for a ham radio test, okay? They just don't want to do it. They'd like regionals, local communications. Maybe they have a good shortwave and a decent wire antenna outside, but they're just not into the commitment of studying and learning and buying all the equipment. So I understand that. And with GMRS radio, you get a license by paying $35. You go online to the FCC's website. I think the biggest test with the GMRS test is to find the actual location of the application. So it can be a little confusing, but there's lots of people that can walk you through it. You pay your $35. You get a call sign in the email with your little license you can print out in a couple of days, and boom, you're a GMRS operator. Your whole family can use that call sign as well, your whole immediate family. So if you and your wife are talking, you both use the same call sign. Maybe you're unit 1, maybe she's unit 2. However, but you know, you'll have your call sign. They aren't similar to ham call signs. Like my ham call sign is W6UTC. Your GMRS call sign might be WRPS 546. You know, it could be whatever. There's going to be numbers after it, but it is a legal FCC call sign, and you are able to transmit with that as well as your immediate family. So it does suit a really big need for a lot of folks who just maybe want some local communications. Also, too, with GMRS, you get a little more power. Now, these are only 5 watts, but you get a little more power, and you get a little more, the possibility of a little wider range of communications because you have repeaters for them. There are a lot of GMRS repeaters and locales. However, if you don't, still, you can put your own one up. They're fairly simple to do. You're going to have a bunch of channels, then you're going to have paired channels that are the GMRS repeater channels, okay? And heck, you know, there are a bunch of companies that sell little in-a-box repeaters, you know, where you just put them up, stick up a decent antenna outside, and you've got yourself a repeater. Of course, you're not going to get anywhere near as good as a mountaintop type repeater, but hey, you know what? It works for your particular area. So the fact that you just have to pay for them, the fact that you can easily do this without any kind of hassle, I love. And another neat thing is these radios are very affordable. These are 2 radios here with all the accessories for $49.99. Amazon is also running a promotion currently with a 10% off coupon. So you guys know where the price is on the thing, or right underneath it will be the coupon, and you can use that 10% off, and you can save some money and get 2 decent radios for just, you know, $50. I mean, plus the accessories too. So I want to tell you a little bit about the radios themselves. They are FCC certified. Okay, you do, of course, need a GMRS license to transmit on them. And this is the GMRS version of the UV5R, which is the ham radio Baofeng that kind of took the whole ham radio world just by storm. It comes with 30 GMRS pre-programmed channels, 11 NOAA channels, all right, Then there are other channels that are done for pairing, okay? That's for your repeater pairs, okay? Those repeater pairs, you can use up to 50 watts of power. Now, of course, those don't have 50 watts, but you can use those channels and use your offsets and your tones and everything to get into local repeaters, which will greatly expand your range. Like right now with that radio, I can key up a repeater that will talk into Las Vegas from out here about an hour away in Pahrump. So they do have a definite purpose. Now programming, okay? You can program these manually. I would suggest using Chirp. And I got to tell you, these have been the most trouble-free programming. You know, sometimes you'll plug it in and, oh, it's the wrong COM port. Oh, it's this, it's that. These things I plugged in and I downloaded all the frequencies from the radio. Within 5 minutes, I was adding my own. So very, very trouble-free. It did come with a programming cable. I'm going to give you a quick look at the accessories before we go and test the radios. Of course, you're going to get 2 chargers. Okay. And, of course, then owner's manual, user manual. If you are a ham and you've used the UV5R, they work exactly the same. You will get the short little stubby, kind of useless antennas. And, of course, you're going to get these guys here. Let me move my arm slowly over there. And these are much, much better. And I did check out, they have very good SWR throughout the band. You're going to get these little earpieces here. These go around your ear, and you get a little press to talk button. You know, they're little microphone, earpiece microphone type things. You're going to get 2 of those. Of course, 2 lanyards I never seem to use for anything. And the programming cable. This was so easy to program. So, gotta say, if you're nervous about programming it, and there's plenty of videos out there to teach you how to program the stuff. If you're nervous about programming in repeater pairs, these are very, very simple. It was very, very straightforward. Using the newest Chirp. Now, you will have to use, depending on what Chirp you're using, you will have to use the UV5, and it's like an X sign there for it's any UV5 radio, or the Radioddity UV5G. Okay, the G just stands for GMRS. It's not 5G or anything. I had somebody ask me, it's like, is that 5G? I'm like, no, it's not. So very, very simple. They support Chirp. You can use the UV5X, like I said, the GMRS version, or the Radioddity UV5G when you're using it in Chirp to download everything from it, okay? This is also compatible with all your UV5R accessories. So let's say you got these radios here, and you got some of the extended batteries. Well, pop these ones off, and you put your extended battery on. And you do see they do have an FCC ID, and they are all legit, okay? So you can do that. It's very, very simple to do. I did take off the protective coating on that. Again, you have your A and B, you have your VFO and memory, okay? I'm going to turn it on. And I left the annoying noise voice in there. This is our main repeater in town. That's also our radio station in town. I don't know if that's the call sign for the repeater. I don't think it is. But I already programmed that in. And then we have, this is repeater number 8. That's just a repeater channel that's in there. Let me turn down her annoying voice. So we have the RAT, which is a 625. This is a repeater that's over on low potency, which is pretty far away. And I don't know that I'm going to be able to... Here we go. I actually did hit it. Should have ID'd, but I hit it. And, of course, we have low potency, which is a 700 machine. And those are the machines out here that I can get into right here. Eventually, I'll probably put in some Vegas repeaters, but it's very, very simple to do. If you've used Chirp before, you're going to love how easy this is to program. The newer Chirp versions seem to be a lot more common sense too. The first few Chirp versions years ago when they first came out, I kind of had to figure them out. These now are so much easier to use. So you've got your basic settings accessed through the menu on the keypad, okay? You have your Vox and your hand-free operation. You have 128 memory channels, 50 CTCS tones, 104 DCS tones, and those are for your digital coded squelch. Let's pop into the menu really quick. Okay, that's your squelch level, your step. And I haven't really messed with any of this stuff. Transmit is on high because we're on the repeater channels. Your Vox is off. You can do a wide or narrow. I would do wide on GMRS. You can turn that beep on and off, which I've turned off. Timeout timer is 60 minutes. Let's say I wanted to change that. I would hit menu again. And I would change it to, let's say, 105. I'd say 120 seconds. Hit menu again, and it's changed. So again, very, very simple to operate. exactly like the UV5Rs, like the radios we've been playing with before. And I want to show you quickly. I want to pull up the NOAA weather radio channels. They're already programmed in here, so wherever you are, you'll pick one up. They're pretty spaced out depending on what region you're in. Ours is currently down, so you might, if you hear it, you'll probably hear the guy saying, this NOAA weather radio channel is out of service. So let me find it on here, and I'll bring you right back, and we'll listen to it. And then we're going to do a range test, and I'm going to go about a mile down the street and transmit on these, and let you listen to that one there and see how it sounds. So it's actually back up. There you go. All right, so what I'm going to do with this now, I'm going to turn it off so we don't have that noise going on. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to drive my usual spot about a mile and a half down the road that way. And I'm going to leave this one up here. And of course, we're going to do a quick little time-lapse edit and let you see what this sounds like on simplex. In other words, radio to radio, not going through any repeaters. I think we're going to just pick GMRS 1. Let's see if I can pick GMRS channel 1. Oh, wrong way. I got to turn off her voice too. It's very annoying. So there's GMRS 1. Okay, that's GMRS channel 1. Okay. And we're going to take this radio and turn it on to GMRS channel 1 as well. And we're going to see how it sounds from about a mile and a half away. This will give you a realistic kind of idea of what the range is on these. Now, again, I'm very flat territory out here. But it's deceiving because sometimes there's hills and valleys in what looks like very flat land. So where I'm going is going to be pretty flat, literally almost line of sight to my house. If there weren't houses in the way, you could see my house from where I'm going to park. But it is a mile and a half away, and I only know that because that's where the radio station is, where we do our radio show on Mondays. So I'm going to set this up, and I'm going to let it run for a bit and bring you back when it's sitting here, and we'll see what it sounds like. All right, so I got the radio set up over there. I did decide on GMRS 2, the GMRS 2 channel, because I heard some people talking on one, didn't want to interfere with them or have them interfere with us. So I'm going to get in the car. We're going to drive down the street. We're going to, of course, cut the video right to where I start talking again. So by the magic of editing, you will see me talking here in a few seconds. So off I go, and we'll see what this sounds like from about a mile and a half away.
All right, this is WRPS 321. I am testing out these UV5G radios about a mile and a half from the house down the road, and we're going to see what these sound like. Hopefully they are sounding pretty good because they usually work pretty well for me. So let's get back inside. I'm going to drive back home, and we will see what it sounds like. WRPS 321.
So I did leave the volume a little bit low on the radio I left here, unfortunately, but you can still see signal is loud, clear, no issues, got right through. So you can get a little bit more of an idea about how much range you can get. You can be a mile and a half away down the street and talk to your family back home. You could be maybe, in certain situations, 5 miles away. Again, it's very dependent on band conditions and your local terrain, and if you have a repeater available to you. With a repeater, I can be 20 miles away from here, hit the repeater, and talk to right back here. So it all depends on your local conditions and your local setup. But GMRS is a much more easy way to get into a prepper type emergency communication for not a lot of money, as opposed to ham radio, where it's studying, it's a commitment, there's a lot of time involved. Of course, you're going to end up wanting better gear, and it can get very, very expensive. So with this, you got a simple, basic, easy way to communicate. You do have the NOAA channels, which is very handy, and you saw how well that came in. Even here under all these lights, still came in pretty well. They are cross-compatible with any of the UV5R ham accessories. So if you have the 3800 milliamp hour battery or anything like that, you can use it with these radios, okay? Another neat feature is you can set the NOAA weather radio to scan and always be ready, so when an alert goes out, it will override and it will alert you to the radio. So you have that. That's kind of neat too. It automatically scans and receives weather reports, letting you know when bad weather's coming. So definitely an alternate communication option in case of disaster or emergencies, or even when your local cell towers go down. Being able to communicate, I've always felt, is a very important thing when it comes to emergency preparedness. And yeah, I'm a ham, so I'm partial to ham radio. But hey, you know what? If you've got a CB and that works for you, and you got people in your group that are on CB, If you've got MERS radios, if you've got GMRS, whatever you got, it's better than nothing. It's a way to communicate. I keep about 7 or 8 actually of the little FRS radios all charged up and ready to go that I can pass out on my street, because I know we can all talk to each other if there was some kind of emergency going on, and they don't require any license at all. So definitely an option, and I am really pleased with them. Again, I will leave a link down below. They'll also be in my Amazon store, but I'll leave you a direct link down below where you can pick these up. Again, 2 of them for $49 with all these accessories. Programming cable alone is like anywhere from $9 to $11, so that's a pretty darn good deal. Easy to program with Chirp, and not that bad to program, even if you learn how to do it from the front end. It's just a matter of learning the system. It's really not that difficult. And it's definitely a cool little system, I got to say. For the price, you can't go wrong. So anyway, folks, the links will all be down there. Again, I want to say Happy New Year. It is New Year's Eve, so you guys be safe tonight. Keep your head on a swivel. Stay out of trouble. Watch where you're walking. You know, we've had threats going on with what could happen on New Year's Eve, so definitely keep yourself safe. And if you're going to go have fun, be careful. I don't want to lose any group members here from somebody getting hurt, okay? And thank you again for an awesome year. I really do appreciate all that you guys do and watching the channel, checking out the products, all that. I hope that I've helped some of you guys prepare a little bit better. You know, I'm not a prepper news channel. I'm more of a prepper gear-focused channel, and I hope that by doing these reviews, you guys can see stuff and say, hey, you know what, I like that, or you know what, I didn't really like that, I'm going to try that. And I've noticed that too. I noticed some people will like, you know, I bought that radio, I didn't like it, so I returned it, and I bought this one, and it was really good. Heck, that gives me a reason to test out another radio. I'm not going to complain. Anyway, folks, don't forget to check out all our links down below. We have our Amazon affiliate store. Even if you're not interested in what's in the store, and these will be in the store, but if you're not interested in that, just bookmark that link and shop with it whenever you shop on Amazon. Helps out the channel, doesn't cost anything. Just a passive way to help us out, bring you more cool gear, because I always like to reinvest that back into the channel. We have our freeze-dried wholesalers link. You guys saw that yesterday. Awesome food, really easy to make. Freeze-dried, good for 25 years, wide variety of stuff. I mean, like I say, everything from filet mignon to eggs to cheesecake, you name it, they got it. So definitely check them out. That link will save you 15%. Just clicking the link and shopping with it will save you 15%. When you check out, you'll see it there. Of course, our My Patriot Supply link. I don't know what they're doing next month, but I know we still have that 4-week kit that's on sale for $60 off. So definitely check that out too. That's preparewithiridium.com. And lastly, our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. I thank you guys for watching. Have a happy new year and be safe. Stay safe and stay prepared.